Wait. Just wait. Just wait!
Alright, so, Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is a game that's already brutal enough with its harsh wasteland and questionable decisions. What if we crank that difficulty up to an absurd level? All stats at 1 and the Jinxed trait. For those of you watching that don't know what the Jinxed trait is, which is what I assume to be most of you, the Jinxed trait is a mod that turns combat into a nightmare. For every second that you or your enemy are in combat, there's a random chance something absolutely horrible will happen. Maybe your weapon drops, maybe you knock yourself out, or maybe, just maybe, you get to experience the joy of your weapon exploding right in your face. Now, it's important to mention that another YouTuber named Doce or Double Doce, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, beat Fallout New Vegas with a 1 in every stat. However, they did it with companions, and I'm adding my own little twist to it, so this is gonna be mostly the same, I'm gonna warn you, but I feel like it's still that just a little bit different enough. But I still think you should check out their video on it, as they did a way better job dealing with this challenge than I did. I only have one rule for this run, and that's I have to keep all my stats at 1 at all times. This means after I level up, so I will be resetting my tag skills through the console every time I level up, and this is technically cheating, but as this is required for me to actually do this run, I'm not counting that as cheating. But for now, damn it. But for now, let's get started. Yes! Yes! I did it! Ooh! Ooh! Yes! I decided to base my character off Earl from the show My Name is Earl, as I was watching that the entire time I was playing through this run, and because he kind of has the whole thing going on with Karma, and Karma's kind of close enough to being Jinxed. Then I sped through assigning all my tag skills and special points, because this doesn't matter as I'm just going to set all of them to 1 the second I leave Doc Mitchell's house. And then for my traits, I choose Jinxed, and after sitting there for a while, I also decided to take up Hot-Blooded, because it's going to basically have no downside, as all my stats are already going to be set to 1. Then after talking to Doc Mitchell and getting everything useful from inside his house, I set out to start this run by exiting his house and setting all of my stats to 1. I then did the tutorial with Sunny Smiles, and I immediately realized how bad having 1 gun skill is, but I was able to pass this tutorial by just walking closer to the bottles and shooting them at point blank range. Then I felt that I had enough of Joe Cobb from last time, so I decided to just get rid of him for now. I also did the same thing with Ringo because I was done with both of them and I did not feel like doing this quest. Also, as a side note, for some reason my AP glitched out like halfway through this run and I wasn't able to use VATS for the rest of the run, so this is one of the few times throughout this entire run that I will be using VATS. Before setting off to New Vegas, I decided that I needed Chance's knife, so I went off to get a shovel and then went off to get the knife. Also, on my way to Camp McCarran, I killed an NCR trooper for his uniform so that way I can take the monorail straight to New Vegas. The second I make it into New Vegas, I waste no time and head straight for the tops to deal with Benny. After dying a few times, eventually I had a strategy where I would just wait at the top of the stairs for them to come for me, and I just funnel them through one by one with a knife that I was able to sneak in. And this worked for the most part, but sometimes they would all rush me at once and I would struggle a little bit, but eventually I did manage to kill Benny and I just got out of there. And the second that I leave, I immediately get harassed by 2 people who just keep insisting that I give them my autograph, but I immediately say no and I head straight over to heal up at the fountain.
Release me!
And as I was sitting here healing up, it hit me. I didn't spin the wheel to decide who I was going to be siding with throughout this playthrough. Normally I would spin the wheel to decide who I would be siding with and what perk I would be getting, but I can't really get any of the perks on the wheel because most of them require you to actually have more than a 1 in a special points or in tag skills, so I can't really do that And if I'm being honest, I just forgot to do that, but I did spin it for who I would be siding with. After deciding who I would be siding with, I went back into the tops to clear out the rest of it so that way I could actually make a safe entrance to Yes Man every time I had to go see him, which was only this time as I left to go get Mr. House and he immediately moved over to the Lucky 38, so I did this for no reason. But I still cleared out the tops. I went to go talk to Yes Man, and I went to go kill Mr. House. And as it turns out, you're really weak when you have a one-in-arm skill. I mean, just look at me trying to kill Mr. House with absolutely nothing. And then I went back to the tops and let Yes Man know that it's time for him to migrate over to the Lucky 38, and he took over operations over there. And as it turns out, I already upgraded them, and I don't have the footage of me upgrading them. I looked and I just cannot find it. I think maybe I forgot to record that part, but I did upgrade them, and I got this part of the Yes Man questline done, and now it's on to meeting all of the tribes. And I set off to the 188 trading post to collect Veronica so that way I can make my way into the Brotherhood and deal with them. And then I decided to ignore the Brotherhood along with the Emeritas and the White Glove Society. But I did deal with the Khans by killing all of the Khans because I was friendly with them last time in my last playthrough, but might as well not be friendly with them now. After meeting all the tribes in New Vegas, I made my way to the substation power plant and powered it for Yes Man. And after exiting, someone let me know that I shouldn't be entering it, so I left the area. And after diverting power to the substation, it was time for the final fight with Yes Man at the Battle of Hoover Dam. The inner part of the dam was actually pretty easy because I had a NCR military police uniform that I used in order to actually get into the strip. So most of the NCR just left me alone while I installed the override ship. And then it was on to go to the fort to deal with Leggett. And just getting to the Leggett camp took a lot of tries, but beating the Leggett was the really hard part, as I had to save scum my way through this entire fight. But eventually I did beat him. And then just getting to the Leggett was a whole challenge in and of itself, but eventually I did kill him after way too many tries. And literally of this clip, like an hour and a half of this clip, like 90% of this clip is me fighting the Leggett. It took so unbelievably long, and I would show you the entire clip sped up, but it would just be so unbelievably long, even if it was sped up to like 5,000%. So I'm just going to show you the last little bit of me fighting the Leggett sped up, and then it's on to the ending. And then after a very long fight between the Leggett, the Legion, the NCR, and General Lee Oliver, finally spoke to Yes Man, beating the game, and proving, yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas with all stats at 1 and Jinxed. This run honestly didn't feel as punishing as the Can You Beat Fallout New Vegas with Nothing run, but this still had a lot of its struggles. I originally planned on doing this run with getting any perk that I could get with all stats at 0, but eventually I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna disclude that in this one. A little bit of a shorter video this time, I know, and hopefully I improved a lot of the things that I didn't do too good on my last video. I'm always trying to improve, My next video will not be on Fallout New Vegas. Will actually not even be on a Fallout game. It will still be a challenge run, and I do plan on panning away from challenge runs eventually and sometime in the far future. But for now, I'm doing challenge runs, and the next video isn't going to be a Fallout challenge run, but it will still be a challenge run. And the next video is just gonna, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty hard one, but
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell to always receive notifications.